Hello and welcome back to Robot Wars, where feelings are ignored, egos are ripped asunder, and practically everybody is left just a little bit offended. But we don't fight our wars on Twitter or on the streets. We don't bomb city centres or get people fired from their jobs over jokes. We settle our differences in the arena, where one party wins and the other one is taken apart in a manner most brutal. Tonight we have 6 meme machines vying for the last place in our series grand final. The losers will be swept aside, and eventually we will end up with a robot champion who no doubt will enslave humanity forevermore. So let's take one step closer to the apocalypse and welcome our first competitors. First into the arena is Cunning and Sykospark.
Robot ears, stand by.
An extraordinary range of sizes in this series, I'm sure you'll agree. And the largest versus possibly the smallest, Cunning, though smaller, is much nippier. Not hard to tell why. Sykospark is a ball. It can move, it's just very unreliable and very sluggish. Cunning on the other hand is a wedge-shaped box. We've seen a couple of those before. Seem to be quite effective. As for the ball shape, I'm not too sure. So far, it's got a lot left to be desired. Rolling away now into the CPZ. I don't even know what the Observer Bot's thinking about this. A strange lunch. He's never been fond of sprouts. But I think he's counting the Sykospark's defeated, and it's gone. There it goes. Well. Entertaining, I'm sure you'll agree. The ball did manage to move a little bit, but not enough to convince the Observer Bot of its worth in the arena. Cunning moves on to the next round, and we'll be seeing Sykospark again later, unfortunately. Uglybot and Eubank the mouse.
Robot ears, stand by.
There's Uglybot with the saws and the spikes.
2
and Eubank
1
with the red nose and the boxing gloves. 2 pyramid-shaped robots. They combat each other with ferocity and devilish intent. Just as we like it here on Robot Wars. What are they doing though? We're not too sure. Eubank will use those boxing gloves. Observer needs to get out of there and leave them to it. But we see those circular saws in the back of Uglybot come into place. An unusually designed robot there. Eubank nearly fell over, nearly toppled. It looks slightly off-centre. Not quite off. What's the word I'm looking for? Top heavy. That's it. Top heavy with that head. Whether it will be tipped over, I'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, let's push Uglybot towards one of the arena pyramids. Are they pyramids? They're 4 corners. I'm sure pyramids have 3 corners. Never mind. 3. I'm just waffling now, aren't I? Uglybot pushes. Tries to damage Eubank the mouse with those spikes on the front. It's quite a dangerous looking machine, Uglybot. Not the ugliest we've seen in the arena, but I think it does deserve its name. But now it's looking rather damaged. And I think the mouse could be in charge of this battle, you know. I think Uglybot has stopped moving. That's a shame. It wasn't performing too badly here, Uglybot, but Observerbot senses defeat for it, and out it goes into the abyss. Eubank the mouse, quite impressive. Uglybot, not so much. But it's up against Sykospark in the redemption round, so his chances are good. Let's move on to the next fight, shall we? And the last 2 robots to enter the arena for the first time is Tron and Bodyhammer.
Robot ears, stand by.
Both of these look quite impressive.
3 2
Both of them with overhead weapons.
Activate.
Tron with the pickaxe, and Bodyhammer, well, you could probably guess. Name says it all, really. They're both attacking now in the centre of the ring. Which one is going to win out here? Both showing signs of aggression. I think Tron's weapon, being that it's much larger, is probably more potent. You might see that play out here. At the moment, it's a bit of a heave-ho between the 2. There goes their weapon of Bodyhammer. You can just see it on the ground there. It's come off. And that is crucial because the match is coming to an end shortly. And I think Tron has done just enough to convince the judges of its victory. Bodyhammer with much to do. And it goes to the judges who, inevitably, have voted Killertron the winner of the battle. Body hammered to go through to the losers playoff. Weep not for the losers of round 1, for though they have been disgraced in the eyes of the robot gods, they are shown one act of mercy before finally being cast into the deepest pits of robot hell. They will fight once more in a deadly 3-way mayhem battle, and one of them will be reinstated into the competition. Yes, it is just an excuse for them to smash each other all over again. But don't tell that to them. This could be fun. Sykospark, Uglybot and Body Hammer.
Robot ears, stand by.
There's Sykospark already rolling.
2,
Uglybot
1.
and Body Hammer.
Activate.
Let's see some hammering here, eh? Sykospark off to a roaring start as usual. Meanwhile, it is Body Hammer and Uglybot face to face. Probably the more likely of the two to win at this battle. I don't think Sykospark's in it very much at all. Body Hammer getting a few hits on the side of Uglybot. And we've seen that Uglybot is vulnerable to attack. Destroyed by the mouse. Sykospark now comes in, finally. Manages to roll its way over. But what's it going to do? Dunno. It's just there. I think Observerbot might have just rolled it there. Uglybot's on the spike, and that, as we've seen, is death. For pretty much every robot that goes over them, and that means Body Hammer looks like the likely winner here. And Observerbot has decided that Sykospark as well has bitten far too much dust. Uglybot's gone, Sykospark hardly moved. Body Hammer reinstates its place in the Heat semi-final. Jolly good stuff. I can't wait to see more of it. So let's go to the Heat semi-final, shall we? Who will our plucky robots face? It's Cunning Plan and Body Hammer.
Robot ears, stand by.
So Body Hammer reinstated to face Cunning Plan.
1. Activate.
And here they go. A lightweight Cunning Plan will hope to get underneath Body Hammer, but it's a slow start in that regard. It can't seem to get under. Body Hammer using that weapon to come down on the top of Cunning Plan. Will hope to damage it enough to convince the judges or immobilise it. And in fact, it's looking a bit dented now, Cunning Plan. Looking somewhat pancake-ish. Observerbot, you can't do that. It's not in the CP's head. Right that thing. Right that Body Hammer. Get out of the way, Cunning Plan. There we go. Observerbot, you're very naughty. Don't do it again. Get out of there. Body Hammer. Still in charge, I think, despite that lapse by the Observerbot. Cunning Plan is very much damaged. And it can't get underneath Body Hammer to tip it over. There comes the hammer again. And I think any moment now, Cunning Plan could well be immobilised. Down it comes. Smoke pouring from the body of Cunning Plan. And I think that could well be its defeat now. Body Hammer through to the Heat final. Good effort by Cunning Plan, but it just could not get underneath Body Hammer. And it could not tip it over. That weapon, again, proved decisive. Good stuff from Body Hammer. Through to the Heat final. Who's next? That's pretty obvious, isn't it? Killertron and Eubank the Mouse.
Robot ears, stand by.
There's Eubank.
3, 2, 1.
Pretty in pink Killertron.
Activate.
Here they come. Straight in on the action comes Eubank the Mouse, and that pickaxe looks monstrous. But Eubank is doing the pushing, and it's pushing versus hammering. Which one's going to win out? I think the nose has fallen off Eubank. Ugh, oh dear. The new Uglybot, perhaps. It's pushing Killertron, though, and towards the CPZ, and that's where the Observerbot is. Killertron is in danger here. This could be a surprise. It's being pushed further into the corner. It's on its side. And I think Eubank has pulled off a real shock here. Because it's abandoned Killertron in the corner. Comes back for a bit more, but I think Killertron is done here. What a shock, what a twist. Eubank could be going through to the Heat final unless Kilotron manages to right itself, but I think it's done. I think Kilotron's out. And the Observer Bot agrees. Eubank through to the Heat final to face Bodyhammer. Well, well, Kilotron. Probably the favourite here. But without the pushing power that Eubank had, it was left toast.
There is only one place left in the series grand final, and we have just 2 machines left to fight for it. Things are about to get ugly in the arena, and there won't be any punches pulled. It's going to be winner takes all, and only the most bloodthirsty will succeed. In preparation for this spectacle, the NHS has insisted that all viewers evacuate their bowels, stock up on pasta, and pray to whatever god you believe, to be spared from the most gruesome of deaths. You have about 5 seconds.
Here we go for the last place in the grand final. It's Bodyhammer versus Eubank the Mouse.
Stand by. 3.
You can feel
2,
the tension rising.
Activate.
Rising! And here they come. 2 pyramid-shaped robots. Well, more of a cone in Bodyhammer's case. Both top-heavy. The hammer could be crucial, but Eubank again showing the pushing power, and Bodyhammer is close to those spikes, and we've seen how deadly those can be. Eubank just needs to push it a little bit further. There it is! And they're both over. But it was Bodyhammer over first, and I think the Observer Bot... Yes, the Observer Bot agrees. Bodyhammer was over first. And Observer Bot is here for the kill. What a shock again. Eubank the Mouse showing pushing power, showing grit and determination. It's like Rocky out there in the arena. And it's through to the Heat final to join the other 5. Well done, Eubank.
Congratulations to the last robot to make it through to our series grand final, where it will shortly be battered into several million little pieces for our entertainment. After all, senseless violence is the only thing they're good for. So tune in next week when we finally reveal the real Robot Rumble ruler. Goodbye.